Merhaba. I just got back last night, quite late, from a week-long trip to Istanbul, a city of 13 million, former capital of the Byzantine Empire, formerly known as Constantinople, I should say, and it was incredible. It was brilliant. I was distraught to leave. When I woke up yesterday morning, I looked out the window and I could see Yeni Mosque, and I had a view over the Bosphorus. And as you can imagine, to come back here to this room, to this cold, awful city, not see, I'm a bit depressed about it. But I'm gonna smile and just feel happy for what I've learnt from the experience, how I've profited. First of all, I did pick up a few Turkish words. I'm very proud of myself for that. Nailing a few little Turkish phrases and shit like this. For example, I would get in there, I could have I'm not going to say a conversation, but I was able to use enough pleasantries to get special treatment. And by special treatment, I mean, holy shit, because that is what struck me. What struck me the most was the level of customer service, how warm and welcoming and what an effort they put into everything they do, the Turks, compared to the French. See, I've always thought the French were hard workers. Not efficient workers, not fast workers, not dedicated workers, but hard workers, okay? The French are hard workers, but the Turkish are dedicated, hard-working, selfless workers. Customer service, I always thought in Australia we made a strong point of putting forward customer service and things like this, and I've sort of not seen any such thing in France. Customer service is unheard of in France. Don't quote me on this. This is not my line, but I heard this beautiful line where someone said, you have to remember that a Frenchman does not work for a company, he works in a company, okay? So he works in the company, not for it. That just sums everything up, A Frenchman will have his job, and he does the job just so long as he gets paid. And if he's asked to do anything for someone else, or help someone, or go out of his way, or cross the office to do something, that just ruins his whole day. French work ethic does not sort of go further than the desk. Yeah, so, okay, now one may say, oh yeah, but the Turks, they're poor, so they have to work harder because they really want the business. Well, I think their lifestyle is better than here. They all seemed so much happier and just better in their own skin than the French do here. And French here on euros, paying extortionate amounts of money for shit all. And everyone is miserable and insecure. In Turkey, everyone's just happy. By Turkey, I'm only saying Istanbul. That's all I got to see. But from that experience, I want to go back. I want to go back and live there. Fuck teaching English in France. The French are an unappreciative lot. They don't want to learn English. The Turks, though, they will pay me a mint. I could go over there, and even though it's peanuts compared to what I would, earn in a real job in Australia, I could live like a king on the salary they would pay me there. And I would have people dedicated, wanting to learn English. This is a country that still has a healthy respect for the Western world and the powers that be. And I went there not expecting much. I have friends who've gone there and fallen in love. And these are the people, I know who've gone there and fallen in love are the sorts that will sort of just, they'll go sappy and gooey for anything, anywhere they have a little bit of fun. They're like, this place is amazing, but my mate was right about everything. It was amazing. It captured me. It really captured me. Not just me, but the other guys I was travelling with as well. The Jamaican, the other Australian guy. We all just fell for the city. And the shopping was phenomenal. Haggling for shit is so much fun. I bought so much fake brand name stuff for squat, paid squat for it, and it was brilliant. Fucking brilliant. As I was saying, yeah, so I've picked up little Turkish words here and there. I could walk in, say hello, how are you? I could haggle for things, say thank you, walk away, ask for directions, you know, all the bullshit stuff, the survivalist crap. But it was brilliant, like, the phonetics, Turkish phonetics, is so much fun. And thank God, like, yeah, I've studied some, thank God I've studied, you know, German, because I found, like, the vowel sounds were very Germanic, but they still had, like, the Arab R for things. And they're like, the not diphthongs, but they was used, almost like diphthongs, yeah, but it's hard to explain. Anyway, but then there were many words which, although were written completely different, were exactly the same as in French. Like, for a hairdresser, in Turkish was, you know, coiffeur, like French coiffeur. Coiffeur in French toilette, Turkish toilette. Things like this. Lots of things like this. We kept spotting them everywhere we went. Au cafeteria, French, no, cafeteria, Turkish. I'll stop because my pronunciation for both languages is despicable. Like I said, the shopping was good. Beautiful city. Loved them. You know, the markets were really cool. Once you got used to the spruikers, you know, the people coming like saying, you know, friend, come, and they would try to like sell you shit. And thing is, you could go in and they would not be hostile to you. They would only feel a bit vexed if they tried to have a conversation with you and you'd walk away. But I brought back but you know, nonetheless, I brought back a ton of this shit, Turkish Delight. I love this crap. This crap is the bomb. It is awesome. That and all the clothes. I went there with an almost empty bag. They're all like, my bag was packed by the time I came back, you know, like Lucci Bellini, boots and shit, G-Star jackets and crap like that. It was good. Profited. But I'm back now, back in France now. I've got to sort of like settle back into this cold, awful environment. That is just so different to the one I had just gotten used to. Now the charm for me is, look, I love the Middle East. Okay, so I've really enjoyed my travels in Israel, Jordan, Egypt, you know, Morocco, bullshit like that. I've really liked all that, the Arab world, and Istanbul has some of that charm, like especially when you go into the old town where we were staying. We were staying like this little suburb in the inner northwestern side of the Bosphorus, called Karaköy. Yeah, Karaköy. Can't fucking say it. Called Karaköy in Boloyu. Boloyu, yeah, Boloyu. And it was these dirty, dingy little streets, like the ones I had seen in the Middle East, in Jerusalem. Like, you know, when you go out to the slums of Jerusalem, like the Palestinian sort of like around the refugee camp area of Jerusalem. When you go there, this is what this area was like, but denser and all on hills and shit. And I loved that. I love the aesthetic of that. It's great. But at the same time, you've still got all this like European charm, and it's very safe, and it was quite clean. And 5 times a day you heard the call to prayer from like 100 mosques, and that was great. And now I'm back here and everything's just quiet and cold. And the people don't talk to you. You get terrible customer service. And everything's expensive. And there's no Turkish Delight. That's my whine. But that's my whinge, that's my gripe right now. I'm gonna make the best of it. Okay, I've started writing up my lettres de motivation, plural, because I want to hand those into a few bars, maybe a cafe here or there. Try to teach some, you know, if I go to a cafe, I will teach them to make coffees, because the French can't make coffees. No offense. And I need some extra work. I need some extra work to get some extra money so I can pay for visas, whether I stay here or go abroad. Still don't know. Might go back to Turkey. Hoşça kal. See you later.